want to pick that back up. That's kind of like my thing. It's
Let me know how I can help. I am so excited for you.
I've got to start working on my social media presence because I created the page like probably like 2-3 years ago. Again, I'm on it. I don't be on it.
Can you send me that page?
Yeah, Fade Infusions.
In my bio, I plan on putting folks I'm affiliated with. That's like the plan. So when you look at my YouTube, I have a YouTube channel that has these are people I know who I fuck with. Like I'm willing to do work with them. I love them. For my Instagram, I'm just like, no, when people read your bio, they should see like who do you work with?
Represent,
like outside of you, like alright, so there's you the stuff you're doing. Who do you work with that you're like, there's a future for us here for the next 2 years? So when you see the tags, understand that's us.
This is like one of, as you know, like I plan to move to another state soon, North Carolina, so I can pursue the cannabis industry there by first starting with like hemp and CBD and then being able to transition into cannabis. But for me, this is like just one of the items under my larger umbrella cannabis idea. Like Fade Infusion is like it's part of this, but like ultimately like my business, is alt experience.
Okay.
Never really put that out there like that, but alt experience, that's me. It's my initials.
Is it?
It is. That's why I'm excited.
That's tight.
I know. It's like control, delete. I'm the middle one. But yeah, so for me, it's like I want people to have that alternate experience and to enjoy it and feel seen through it, which kind of, I feel like this interview has kind of gone all over, and I
think this interview's been great. Honestly, this is what I wanted though. The interviews. I told
my
you, it's just a
anxiety
conversation
is
today.
at like peak. Not right now. I feel like it's gotten better, but at the beginning, those first like 15 minutes, 20.
You're amongst friends.
I would say to kind of like bring it back to it. I think my potentially having ADHD has made me who I am and has made me want to have the type of business that I want, you know, like in me saying like I want people to be seen, like I'm a people person because I like to get people together. I like to see people enjoy each other, you know, to have their quirks to be different, but like it be okay, it be cool. And that's, I think it's driven by my potentially having ADHD, that I want people to feel seen, to feel appreciated regardless of, you know, where they are, what they're doing. So yeah, alt experience, have that experience, but feel seen.
That's beautiful.
And loved.
That's beautiful that you say that, because especially that loved part. When it comes to what I've created so far, I'm becoming way more intentional with this. But you know that little heart that says hug 'em? When I started Get Home Safe, I wanted Hug 'em to be the self-care brand. So anything that's like associated with self-care, yoga, sound bowls, smoking weed, like that's what Hug 'em is supposed to be for. And Get Home Safe is supposed to be like housing the therapist, the information, the education,
the checkup.
Yeah, so what I've been doing is a lot of clips you're going to start seeing.
Checkup and the medicine.
Yes. And a lot of stuff that you're going to start seeing, I'm going to start intentionally tagging certain posts so folks start recognizing, okay, when he puts up a hug 'em, this is a wellness post.
Yeah.
Or a good habits. Because to me, creating good habits is a part of your wellness.
Yeah.
And this is like, these are facts. So if you see the Get Home Safe post, it's like, all right, he's giving us facts. This is what depression's like, anxiety's like, ADHD, autism. These are facts that he wants us to learn. And then, like, how do I bring that back to the community, which I'm actually working on that right now. Which, stuff like this, to me, matters, because a lot of people want me to show my face more, and I'm like, I give you guys shorts every day. I think you're getting too much of my face, so how about I give everybody around me a chance to talk so people can know the work that you do, where you're coming from. Everything you told me, we're going to have to come back and do another sit-down, because, like, that's a great, amazing idea to really talk on. But maybe a couple of years from now, after, you know, put your big toe in it. Like, yeah, well, guys, this is what I did.
Like, you said you're trying to travel anyway. I'll be like, so, update, North Carolina. We're on the farm with... And I'll be like, welcome, guys.
There's going to be a farm.
My acres.
We know there's a farm now.
Oh, yeah. My my dad's side of the family, we are a family of farmers anyways. We used to be tobacco farmers, so...
Farmers.
Just like that. Yes. And don't they have the black dude, too?
Yeah.
See?
That's why I did it.
But, yeah, my family, like...
Let me hold that.
Thank you. My family are farmers. So, yes. There's land there. I just need to go, I guess, propagate it. And then I actually have a cousin down there. She's like one of the few that like stayed behind to live the country life. And excuse me. She just wanted to stay behind. She also loves horses, equestrian. Yeah, she majored in like equestrian studies. She's got all types of badges and stuff. Like she's actually really dope. She's been interviewed by like Allure. She's got beautiful skin. Yeah, like my cousin's really cool. But yeah, she stayed behind and she currently like farms herself. So I'm gonna have to move down there and be like, hey cousin, teach me everything that you know. Because
you said your cousin had poppin' skin. I was looking at the camera. I was like, well, the camera knows you guys are definitely family.
That's hers is even better, which is the crazy part. Like she's I think Allure asked for her skincare routine and something else. I was like, okay, cool. I see you. But yeah, no, that's I'll have a farm. My main dream is to have basil and chickens. I know that's like...
It's very specific, but that's okay. That's a good start. You know what you want.
Like the wildest farm ever. Yeah. She's got two things, y'all. She's got basil and chickens. But I just want to have eggs. I just want to start out personally for myself to have eggs. And then I want to make pesto.
Pesto?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, goals are necessary. Goals are important.
Just
hearing it for the first time, that's all. You know, pesto, hey.
I have very random, like I said, it's a little...
You said I have goals and they will be accomplished. Okay, all right.
You gotta start small.
You do.
Basil, chickens, and then we can grow from there.
Yeah, plus cannabis.
Yes.
Time out. So, in this move to North Carolina, there's going to be concerns because, you know, over here in DC, we're blessed. Weed is decriminalized, you know, still DC, so it's not legal yet, but it's decriminalized, so there's wiggle room. We get tickets where people get arrested and sent away for 10 years. What do you think what pushback are you going to have to deal with when it comes to advocating for cannabis in North Carolina?
I mean, I'm not quite sure because I'm not as well versed in regards to the policy side, but in regards to pushback, there's literally no legislation whatsoever. So I would say that's going to be the biggest issue. They tried to bring a bill to the table last year, but part of the problem is like the lack of, just social equity and then also social justice. Like I don't believe it addressed past offenders and what would occur with them, but additionally they were looking to bring medical to the market, but they only would allow certain medical patients where it would be like if you have cancer or very serious like seizures and this, and you're just like, I think that'll be the main advocacy push in like having North Carolina recognize that you can't call something medicine and not recognize all of the benefits. Like you can't just say, oh, it's great for cancer and seizures, but then not acknowledge like it's great for insomnia and anxiety and PTSD and like, you know, so many other things. So you can't say it's medicine just because you want the money. That's not how it works. Which, I mean, I say that, but then I'm like, how did Viagra get to the market? And
also, when you just call it medicine, doesn't that cut a community out on the benefits of it if you only call it medicine? So if you say, like, for example, if you make weed legal for only cancer patients, that cuts away the other groups of people that it could benefit that you listed earlier. In terms of like insomnia, PTSD, other people could benefit from it.
What? I'm sorry, I'm understanding.
Basically, that would limit access to who can get access to it in North Carolina if they worded it that way.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You would still not have people utilizing the plant. It's kind of like, it's basically the same thing as what Virginia kind of started with. And like, oh yeah, we legalized cannabis, but we don't have any dispensaries. And you can only actually have tinctures. And like, Virginia...
So they did create a foundation for it at all.
Yeah, Virginia started off very, very crappily. It's only after these past couple of years that they're finally getting better. But even then, because it takes years for things to come into play. But exactly. So I would say, yes, it limits those patients, but it limits those patients, but sorry, I'm getting off track because in my head when you were asking the question, I was misinterpreting what you were saying at first and how you were saying like, oh, but by calling it medicine for certain people, because the thing that I feel like should be driven home is it's always medicine. So regardless of who calls it medicine, it always is medicine. Even a person who says like, oh, I smoke it recreationally or whatever, I smoke it for fun, like,
it's still medicine.
Still medicine. Like, you take it for fun. What is that? Relaxation, sleep, anti-anxiety, like, so a lot of those things that we say that medicine has to be for a diagnosed thing, that's not always the case. So it's always medicine. But in what you were asking, yes, those patients would miss out, but they wouldn't, because they'd be doing what they do now, go to the streets. Yeah. But that causes the problem of it's then illegal. So yeah, I would say that's probably like the biggest issue in making people recognize people who consume recreationally are not just, drug users. They use it for a reason, Some people like cannabis way more than they like alcohol. Why can't they use it? So that will be the biggest issue. But I think North Carolina at the same time, they're about money. Think about it. They were a cash crop state. They did nothing but tobacco. So transition from the tobacco to hemp. North Carolina wants the money. So I think if it can be presented in a way that benefits them, it will work out. So that's the thing to just be kept in mind in regards to the advocacy and policy and fighting for it. It's like, okay, I know that they're going to want certain things, but you're going to have to really hold fast to like the things that we want. And that will be the biggest issue, I would say. But that's why I'm going there and I'm trying to join NORML. I'm already getting involved. What does that even stand for? The National something of marijuana legalization.
That took me up. Damn.
I'm like, what does it stand for? I used to carry the NORML card in my wallet, but it's like the National Organization for Regulations of that. But each state has like its own little chapter and everything. And I have already reached out to the one in North Carolina because I'm like, y'all gonna know me. We gonna make it happen.
Look at this business I do. Let's do business together.
And then there's this other group that I've been in contact with, We Go High, North Carolina, which they're also like, they're an advocacy, but also like just kind of like a destigmatization type group, I almost wore that shirt today. It was like, no one should be in jail for weed. And
what does their work look like? That sounds interesting. I want to look into these people that you're mentioning.
I would say I'm not quite sure. I'm really bad at it's like I know that these things are there and I know that they do these things, but I don't know. I'd say for them, I know that they post a lot of content. Like especially reels and things that are it's literally putting cannabis use in your face every day, all day, but in like relatable ways. Like
also very subtle ways.
Yeah. Like you know, one reel I'm thinking